Hi everyone and welcome back to the Overtake GT. This is the one you have been waiting for, the one that's been most requested this year. It is the Ferrari LaFerrari from 2013. This stunning 1000 plus brake horsepower monster, quarter mile in less than 10 seconds, a guaranteed win wherever you throw it, I'm sure of it, and it looks amazing as well. I took this thing to Spa, I got a win. And the most craziest thing happened while I was at Spa that hasn't happened in the years of playing this game alone. Absolutely amazing. I'll get into that later on, but for now, what you really want to be doing is getting that Italian stallion Ferrari, following me to the tuning shop, and let's get this mighty prancing horse ready for the track. So here we are, we're at the tuning shop and it's time to get this Italian stallion under wraps and ready to go. So here we are. So you can see sport softs, medium softs were purchased on there. That was just for something different, so ignore that. You don't need anything from sports. Club sports, power restrictor and a ballast. Now you need those for two different things. Power restrictor if you're going to go to a different category. Ballast you need for the build, very important. Semi-racing, you want to get a racing crankshaft, fully customizable computer, a fully customizable LSD, and you want to increase the body rigidity, very important again. Under racing you want to get a racing air filter, racing silencer, racing exhaust manifold, racing brake pads and a racing brake kit. I went for the slotted discs, brake balance controller, fully customizable suspension, a racing clutch and flywheel, fully customizable racing transmission, and a set of racing medium and a set of racing soft tyres. There's a reason for that. If you're great at saving your tyres, soft tyres are a must if you're going to Spa. If you struggle to save your tyres, medium tyres are what you're going to need. You might lose a little bit of grip, only a little bit, but that's where we're at. If you can't manage what compound tyre you're on, racing mediums. If you can, like me, racing softs, and I'll go through that with you later on, like I've said. Very, very important and critical that you hear what I've got to say. Under extreme, a set of intermediates, because like me, if you go Spa, it throws up a few curveballs, which Spa threw up the most amazing thing I've ever seen since I've been doing this. And ultimate, you don't need anything from there at all. So now that we've done that, let's get to GT Auto and let's make this thing look as amazing as it's going to perform. So here we are, GT Auto, and the first thing we need to do is go to car maintenance and service. And the reason we're doing that is, that's right, on the bottom right hand side you will see wide body, and you want to get that installed because this thing, wow, it looks even better. And like so many things, you wouldn't have thought that was possible, but that looks so mean. It looks like an angry horse. It looks like one that is ready to bolt at the chance it gets. This is where we're at. Let's go back and let's go to car customization, and what we want to do there is you want to sort out the wheels first of all. So the wheels I've gone for on this one are the Oz Super Turismo LM wheels. And as you can see, the reason I went for the discs, because look at the way they stand out on this build. They look absolutely stunning. So now with these wheels, you want the front 20-inch, rear 21-inch, rim width wide, offset wide, and you want to get those installed on the car. Once you've done that, with whatever choice of wheels you pick, by the way, just want to add that in, whatever choice of wheels you pick, make sure it's those size. And once you've done that, custom parts with the front, you want to get type A. So as you can see, looks absolutely beautiful there. Side, type A, and the wing is a custom wing set. Now it doesn't matter whether you go for a low, medium, high, it doesn't matter what your end plate is, it doesn't matter at all, just pick one that suits your style, like I have. Get it on the car and let's get ready to head over to the next step. And the next step with this car is racing items, so that's doing your bonnet pin if you want one, your tow hook if you want one. I've tried to go for a bit of a mix of like a world endurance design, but you know, in my style. So I just think that stands out a little bit there. Under other, light bulb number plate caliper colour, go nuts. And livery editor, like I say, like me, you want to do that. I went for the matte red, made it stand out with gloss decals. Looks amazing. We can go to load style, pick one someone else has done, and have lots of fun, and I'm sure you will. So now that you've done that, let's get back to the garage. Let's get the setting sheet dialed in. And then seriously, don't miss out what I experienced at Spa, because I will be amazed if it happens to anyone else. I could possibly be one of the only few people this has ever happened to. Let's get into it. And here we are, we're back at the garage, and you can see this thing is bang on the money, 800 pp. That is right, this thing is absolutely stonkingly fast. Over 1,000 brake horsepower. Not far off the ideal 50-50 weight balance. Not far off, but not too far away either. And this thing really is a powerhouse. It's so quick, agile, nimble, and so easy to drive, which is what I really love. Now, like I've said previously, there's a few things to go through after this little step. I really hope everyone just stops for a minute and listens and goes through it, because what I went through, I'm sure you will, and it's how to overcome a lot of things. Now let's get into the build. Racing soft tyres. Body height adjustment, 115 at the front, 150 at the rear. Your anti-roll bar, 8 at the front, 10 at the rear. Now the damping ratio compression should be 35 at the front, 38 at the rear. And the damping ratio expansion, 50 at the front and 50 at the rear. Now your natural frequency should be 3.4 at the front and 3.5 at the rear. And your negative camber angle, 2.9 at the front and 3.1 at the rear. Now a toe angle, I've gone for a toe out of 0.05 at the front and dead centre at the rear. I just found that to be a lot easier to handle, especially through places like Eau Rouge. You know, it was spot on there. Drop it into 4th gear, you can take Eau Rouge, and then you can just absolutely nail it. Initial torque 7, acceleration sensitivity 20 and braking sensitivity 40. Now on the downforce side, on the aerodynamics, it's 350 at the front and 600 at the rear. ECU 100%. Now here's where that ballast comes in, 86 kilograms. Ballast positioning -48, and your power restrictor stays at 100%. With the transmission, you want to drop to 390 km on the automatic top speed, and you want to make these changes. So first gear 3.161, second gear 2.100, third gear 1.542, fourth gear 1.192, fifth gear 0.969, sixth gear 0.829, and seventh gear 0.746. It's a final drive of 4.380, revving just under 10,000 RPM. Motorbike revs, this thing is absolutely astonishing. It's so good, so loud. Cockpit view again. Anyone with a VR headset, I'm jealous, because this thing is absolutely amazing. Okay, moving on. That is everything that we have done. Brake controller, the rear balance is on 5. You need that. You need to make sure that you've got this thing on point and dialed in. If you're struggling to drive a car like this, then there's 2 options available. 1, don't drive it. Bit daft really after all that effort. Second thing, get used to it. Okay, just take a bit of time. Go on a time trial. Just go and get used to it, because this thing's got a few characteristics that only I can explain through the next section. Let's get into that now. LaFerrari, welcome to Spa. The WTC800, and this is one of the most requested cars I've had ever. Come on. Now let's see what it can do. Fuel map 6, first thing you need to do there. Get your weather radar, make sure that's all the way out, 50 miles as far back as it'll go. Hard on the brakes into this corner. And that's it, we're all set now, ready for the rain. Now, I'm on racing soft tyres, so I am going to have to be a bit mindful of going into corners. You don't want to be going in and being too aggressive, because that's just going to absolutely destroy your tyres, and that is not what you need to be happening. And with all of these up ahead fighting and jostling for position, you know, we need to make sure that we're pushing ahead, because in this car, realistically, by the time it comes to the end of our first stint, we should have a healthy lead over second, which I imagine will be Fraga, who's up there, Lopez, maybe even Beauvoir. Normally he's up there, isn't he? One of those. So we'll see how far we get anyway, and hopefully we can crack on and have a really nice race. Oh, stepped out a little bit, held on the brakes there. Don't get on the AstroTurf. The second you get on that, over 1,000 horsepower. I mean, this thing will punish you. So you need to make sure that if you're driving this, whoa, that gap was always closing, weren't it? If you're driving this, you need to have your wits about you. Oh, I don't know, it's just closing the door constantly. Alright, let's try around the outside here. Can we get him and Gallo? No, you're not turning in on me, Gallo. There we go. Right, end of lap number 1 at 2:02.5. Obviously, we started halfway down this back section, so it doesn't really count as a fair lap comparison, but we will be doing very well, don't you worry. Okay, onwards and upwards through Eau Rouge. Can we get Portia? Cockabon. We got them both. We got them both. Right. There's Beauvoir. So round the next lap, I think they're going to be near the top 5 from Beauvoir. Right. Let's see the first round of pit stops. Let me get this thing in. New tyres. And we'll see what weather we have to deal with. Okay, so in the pits now, you can see the weather's coming over. Oh, bit stuck. Right, into the pits. As you can see, my tyres are absolutely gone. So that is your limit. It's going to be 5 laps on these. The weather coming over, what do we do? Do we go on to mediums? Or do we go on softs again? I think I'm going to go on the racing softs again because there's rain coming over, but it doesn't look that bad. You know, this could be a bit of a mistake. Heisel, he was a second or so behind me as I came in. I was obviously dropping as I pulled into the pits, but we'll see how fast we can get out. But it looks clear, you know, it doesn't look like anything's come over, it's not raining. Hopefully it's the right call. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what the next 15 minutes brings. On to the start of lap 7. Right. I'll see you all in a minute. So the leaders have just pitted from that group before, apart from Rubila and Lopez, who I'm gaining on now. So not doing too bad at all. Couple laps earlier than everyone else. But that's where we're at the minute. I mean, this car's performing well. As I say, looking after the tyres is going to pay dividends and make sure that we can guarantee as much tyre wear to match our fuel consumption, maximising both, because the last thing you want to do is have no tyres and loads of fuel left, or loads of tyres left and no fuel left. Try and keep them on an even keel, and then that way we can maximise both. Right. Tell you what, considering this car's got over 1,000 horsepower, it's actually quite easy to navigate corners and to actually drive. I thought it would have been, you know, obviously I tuned it up and things, but in a full race, a full, you know, race distance, I thought, oh, it's gonna be a bit of a handful. Not at all. Look, nice, simple and easy, fantastic car. Right. Let's crack on to our next round of pit stops. You can see that was the only weather that came over. So changing to go back onto racing softs was the right idea. I imagine that Rubila and Lopez, they're going to pit. And when they do pit, it's either going to be the end of this lap, and the strategy they're going to be on, I think it's going to be all wrong, because normally you get some really bad weather and they're going to get caught out, I imagine. But we'll see what happens at the end. I could be wrong, but we'll see where we're at. Right. Time to race on, catch Rubila, and I'll see you all on the next round of pit stops. Okay, coming to the end of lap 12 in the LaFerrari, 25-second lead. Look at that. Well, just hit now over Rubila. I thought he would have fell away, but he hasn't. But we need to get in and we need to pit. Now the issue we've got is there's no weather. We're halfway through and I haven't had any bad weather really, which is quite unusual. Normally there's something. So I'm going to get in, I'm going to stick some racing softs on, I'm going to get back out. So that's gone up now to what, nearly 27-second lead. Let's get in, let's get out, and let's see how many laps we can get in before that weather gets us. So where we are now, 18 minutes left. Got to come in and pit at the end of this. Tyres are getting to the end of the life. Fuel is getting to the end. Gone a little bit wide onto the marbles, kept it. But what you can see on the bottom right is that is the most rain I have seen for this entire race. That is it. I haven't seen any rain other than that. You know, so what happens now then? Right? I'm going to have to come in, pit. I'm going to have to put more dry tyres on. I've got 3 pit stops. I'm not complaining. But I've never experienced in all my years of racing here on this game a full 1 hour at Spa with no rain. I haven't experienced it. I can't believe it could potentially be happening now. I mean, that doesn't even constitute as rain, really, does it? I mean, it's a pathetic little rain shower, but come on. On the verge of something special. Right, let's get in, fresh racing softs on, and let's finish this out. So as you can see, a couple of minutes left, but I've got no fuel, and if you take a look at those front tyres, they are well and truly gone. That's why you should be looking after your tyres and not so aggressive. I had to get through a few back markers. Unfortunately, that's left me in this position now. Heisel's just gaining. Is he going to pit? Is he not going to pit? Do we have enough time? Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be so tense. What is he doing? Is he going round again? Oh, he's going round again. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Heisel's played a blinder with his... There he is. Cannot cross that now. Come on. All we're going to do is get our nose in front, that is it. Don't even care about anything else. This has been a great race. And no rain, no jeopardy, nothing. The entire race. No, we've got him here, we've got him. There we go, the rundown. And that's it, that's the win. I mean, Heisel's made us work for it with his strategy, his counter strategy. But I tell you what, it's paid off, hasn't it? Absolutely paid off. The final lap, I mean, we've led pretty much from lap 3. You know, if you think of your strategy, that's where it's been. Half a second out of him there. We'll pull a bit more out here. When we get to 2 seconds before the line, we should be able to. We'll just push on. But yeah, look at that. Good race. Good race. And if you haven't already, you might want to hit that subscribe button and stop missing out on some of these great builds. I mean, this has been a Spa I won't forget for a while. I've not been here and not had rain. Look at that, 3 seconds to the line. 3.5 seconds. What a race, what a car. Considering it's got over 1,000 horsepower, it's quite tame. Really enjoyed it. It sounds amazing. What is not to love? But yeah, just get your strategy right. Be careful on the tyres. Be very mindful. If you can't look after your tyres, put the mediums on. You will lose a bit of grip, but it means that you're not constantly trying to look after your tyres. But if you can look after your tyres, you know, just don't turn in so hard. Don't be so aggressive on the throttle, and you'll be okay. But if you can't do that, stick the mediums on, and that's the way to go. But what a race! What a car! Really enjoyed it. Right, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.